This is it, the winter begins. So it's a gorgeous sunny morning on the River Hamble in middle of November. We're on our way to get our mast out. Typical us, got to the boat, issues. We'd left the battery isolator on, which meant we've had to fanny around and now we're late for the crane. So hopefully they're not too wound up with us. If you don't get your boat scrubbed regularly, this happens, and that ain't fast. There is a whole host of shizzle we're going to do to the boat. I don't know whether we're going to get it done. I don't know where we're going to get the bloody money. But yeah, we'll introduce you to that in a little bit. I love my beard, it's really nice to play with. Who out there's got a keel step mast? And those of you that have, how do you seal the deck level when you take your mast out? Well, here's my version of what I do. Well, here's what I do. Shove a bucket on the top. So the winter refit begins. The first thing we've got to do is clear out all the crap from the boat.
That's not structural. So just cut that along there.
Snapshot as to how the boat looks at the moment. She is in a bit of a state of disrepair, really. There we go. This is the speed instrument. No, it's not, it's the depth instrument. So what we've done is we've had to snip it. I don't think you should really cut depth. I've always told that the length of the cable's calibrated for the resistance along the wire, but I've cut the tiniest amount off. And then I'm going to tie a rolling hitch on this. It's like a clove hitch, but you put 2 turns on one side and then back on the other. And then always make sure that the direction of pull, the 2 turns, is for the side that you want to pull back. So there's my rolling hitch. It shouldn't slip is the thing. That's pretty tight. We're going to try and pull this through now. No. Knackered that, it didn't come through. Bugger. Maybe I should have taped it. Balls. Been busy this morning making holes in the boat. Holes in boat. Let's make another one. More holes in the boat. We've got to fill them up now. So we've got to make sure we get a nice clean surface before we put anything on here. Being a lazy bugger, I'm using a power tool. That worked all right. So this will be good enough for now. Just cleaned it up with a bit of acetone and on to the next stage. Right, now we've cleaned that up, we're going to shove some board over the top with some release agent on it. We're going to utilise some of the wood that we've already ripped out the boat. Think of the environment, man. Right, like I said, George is having some trouble down there. That's not what I was saying though. Like I said, we're using bits from the old boat, so we're just going to mount this bit here over all these holes, and then we're going to cover in some release agent. So that's that one fitted in place. Over here, bit of the old floorboard, that one's in place. Now we're going to back all the screws off and fill the back of it with some release tape. One board taped up, now we'll refit it. There we go, 2 boards. 1, 2, all in place. Next bit to lob some gloopy jelly stuff on it. So I couldn't show you this while I was doing it. I haven't got the tools. Some would say I am a tool. But what we've done is that board that we put outside with the releasing tape, we've painted on the inside this gel coat here, which it's starting to go off. We've got a heater running on it because it needs it. It's bloody cold today. So, continuity alert. I appear to have forgot to tell you about where I decided I was going to shove a layer of mat behind the gel coat, key the gel coat up, and then put some mat behind it, and then build up on top of that. So that's what you're going to see now. And this is the end result. Pretty solid finish in there. I've just ground this all back so we can get some get the edges. My consideration is whether we put another glass on top of this, but I think I'm just going to bog it up. Right, so I've decided what I'm doing is I'm just going to mix up a load of resin, and I'm going to chop a load of glass into it, cut it up into fine bits with some scissors, lob some micro balloons in there, and then I'm going to chuck it into that gunk. And hopefully I don't start some odd exothermic jobby, because that's what I did last week and the boat filled up with smoke. I'm no expert in this shizzle, I assure you. Sorry for the shaky camera. Bloody cold on here. Get the heating on a bit, I think. I'm sure there's loads of you out there going to tell me this ain't the right thing to do. I don't know and I don't care. It'll go hard, right? This seems to be turning into a fairly hard consistency, so I think I'm just going to blob this in. Okay, so there's the end result of that. Epoxy resin mixed up with hardened fastener. Hardened fastener? Epoxy resin mixed up with hard fastener. Good, got that out. And some chop strand matty type stuff. Well, it's what I've made up, but just cut up some fibres, mixed it all in, started going pretty hard pretty quick. Shoved a few micro balloons in there as well to get into the little crimsy crackety type things, and I've got a bit of a heater running because, as I say, it's flipping cold out here today. Seems to be starting to cure, so I'm just manipulating it with a little lollipop stick, spatula, whatever you want to call it, and yeah, I think we're all right. Cured now, so I'm going to nip up on deck. You might not be able to hear me, but I'll try and shout. And we're going to remove the panels we put with the gel. I've never used release tape before. I've got no idea what to expect. It ain't releasing very easily. Check it out. That's not too bad, eh? Right, back inside. I think that's all right, that. Quite happy with that. I'm going to fill the holes with some plastic fibre filler stuff. Get a bit of that in there. Hopefully it'll cure in the next 30-40 minutes, and then I'll mix up some gel coat to shove on top. So this is the stuff we're using. It's a two-part thing. I don't know if it's right or not. I just generally run a bead of the hardener down the length of the filler stuff. I'm going to put a bit more on today because it's quite cold, so I think I want it to cure quicker. Just got glass fibre on the phone. Amazing. Right, so we're just going to donk this in here. I really want to try and push as much as I can in the hole, and then we can build up behind it, or on top of it, sorry, later with the gel coat, and we'll poke it a little bit later with a screwdriver so that it goes in there properly. That's kind of that. Everything is filled up, as you can see. So if you want to see if we made a decent job of that in the end, tune in a couple of weeks where there's more shenanigans going on, more stuff being fixed, more stuff being broken actually. Just make sure you come back in a couple of weeks. Ooh, nice outro.